Hello, Warren here again with the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. And this is probably going to be a semi-quick one. I was at Walmart this morning and they had one of the Blokees Blind Box Galaxy version 8, One Shall Fall. One of the two lines right now that are heavily influenced by Transformers the movie. Of course, this being its 40th anniversary, and for $5, you know, I couldn't pass it up, and I figured I'd make a video, you know, unboxing, see who I got. And of course, if you haven't seen these boxes yet, which I'm sure most of you have, they're just, I like them. I love how shiny and iridescent they are. You got Hot Rod on one side, Optimus on the other, and then you see the individual figures themselves. So you got Optimus Prime hidden style, so you can see he's kind of the battle damaged Optimus Prime. You got regular Optimus Prime, Hot Rod, which is the only figure I technically have from this series. Metroplex, which would be awesome to have. Then you got Sludge in robot mode. Next to him, you got Blitzwing. Then you got Shrapnel and Sharkticon, or Null, whatever you want to call them. You got Sludge in Dino mode, which comes with those cool eyes, like when he's stomped on by Devastator. And then you got Unicron with a shuttle here, an Autobot shuttle. If you remember, I bought the clear limited edition Unicron head. So I don't have the opaque one. My son Landon does, and that's the one that I ultimately compared the clear one to in my earlier video. But figured would unbox this and build it. Hopefully it's not Hot Rod, the one I have. It's a great figure, but I really don't need two. So let's take a look here, see who we got. Alright, first we got to remove this plastic from the outside, and this is something they've started doing, I believe, since last year. Instead of just having the cardboard on the outside, you have this plastic, which, yeah, I get it. It's for more security, you know, people opening up, peeking the boxes, or stealing stuff right off the shelf, especially when it comes to Walmart or, heck, even Target. But it also adds another level of pain to opening these up. Not that it's that painful, okay, but I mean, I guess you could go from here. That's a little bit easier. Okay, well, got most of it. Well, that was messy. Okay, so, and yeah, and I love this Unicron on top. That you know, call back to the 86 movie poster. Okay, so we have, of course, our baggie here. Feels pretty full. Alright, we got the instructions. Who do we have? We got the opaque Unicron head. How about that? Alright, well, that's pretty awesome. I'm glad to have both versions. So, this build is going to be somewhat similar to, you know, when I showed the clear Unicron head. But, you know, I noted some issues with the build there, not really knowing which piece was which because of it being clear. So, you know what, we're going to see how this build compares. But that's awesome. That's one of the ones I would have liked to have gotten there. Because for as cool as the clear one is, I really like the opaque one a lot too. So this one does come with the sand. A lot of the newer blind box ones do not. Get this trash put away, and there's our card for Unicron. This Unicron head. Like to get the planet mode sometime too in the Wave 9. So that's our stand. We'll just put that to the side for now. And I know this, some portions of this may be a little repetitive, but you know, you can compare the builds here. All right. So we got our pile of pieces here. And again, this was unscripted. I had no idea this was another Unicron head. So, all right. So we need the internal pieces. Let's see. I believe, and no, I don't have it memorized from when I built the first Unicron head. Let's see. Okay, I believe, yep, this is it. Okay, so we need it like this according to the instructions. And then we have this. So this plugs into these holes here. All right, so first step done. Then we got to get the, what I call the internal eyes, which are the more circular ones. And those are going to go right here. Oh, those are the external eyes. Where's my other, there it is. Yeah, whenever I think of Unicron's eyes, I think of that episode. Oh, I know it has Starscream's ghost. If it's Ghost in the Machine or Starscream's ghost, where, you know, Starscream's trying to get Unicron to give him a new body, and Unicron says, "You must perform these labors for me first." And one of them is getting new eyes for from Metroplex for Unicron, which, you know, honestly, they would be kind of small, but, you know, it was a neat tie-in for the writers. And then, of course, they drop one of Metroplex's, so one of them is Triptychon's eyes, so it's a fun episode. Okay, so we have his skull face here. We need his skeleton beard. All right. How does this... Oh, that's right. It's right here in the back. And this one's really unlike any Blokees build. Because, again, you don't have that central body. Okay, and this is going to go on here. All right. And then we need his... I guess what you call his cranium next. Or is... Yeah, his what is it? Yeah, the back of his head. And see, I didn't make the mistake. I reversed this piece and this piece with the clear one. But it's so much more clear, both in the instructions and the actual pieces themselves. All right, and then we need his cranium pieces. All right, which are these two here. All right. And as I said in that previous, the clear Unicron video, I'd love to see Blokees, Blokees tackle a, I'm calling it a full scale. Okay, that's the top. That's the wrong piece. You know, a huge scale Unicron, either the full planet or the full body or two separate kits. Again, even if they charged upwards of $100, I mean, we've seen what they could do at the $40 price level. I can't even imagine how large that would be. And, I mean, yeah, I'd have a ton of pieces and probably take, you know, maybe over a day to build, but, be fun. Why is this not connecting? What is up here? Because this is the same piece as this one, but for the other side. The other piece is for the center. Well, maybe the clear one was easier to build because this piece does not want to snap on. And that would be why. Got to make sure every piece is indeed snapped on. And oh, there it goes. Yep, user error. Okay. So no, this one's still easier to build. All right, and then we need... Well, they're ready for his face, but, you know, we got to admire this skull first. You know, I've been watching a lot of Animaniacs, and all I can think of is, it's the Mr. Skullhead show, starring him, Mr. Skullhead. Now, that's cool. I love that detail as part of the building experience there. All right, so we need his face, which, again, looks like a faction symbol to me, but, you know, that's probably just me. All right, so we got to put his... outer, what I'm calling the outer eyes in, which, as with the clear one, it's kind of hard to tell exactly how to position them until you just start doing it. Okay, there we go. That popped right in. And of course, you know, these are what were crashed into and out of in Transformers the movie. Let's see. Okay, this should go like this. Right? Yep. There we go. Okay, and then his face goes on. Actually, nope, not yet. We need his facial hair. his little beard here. All right, then this goes on. Yeah, open your mouth. All right. Okay, and then we have... What is next? It is his kind of cheeks, I guess you call them. Well, wrong side. Well, that is also the wrong side. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then we get to go for the horns here, which simply snap together and then into the sides of his head. Well, you know, I always speak before speak too soon. Nope, that was the right side. Okay. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, there we go. Okay. And then that just snaps in here. I said that just snaps in here. There's a little tab. Okay, so maybe this one's for this side. There we go. Right, we are almost done here. All right, so there's our Unicron head. You know, that would be floating around in space in Season 3 and all that good stuff. And then we got our stand here, which, you know, you just plug this little arm into that hole. And then Unicron has this nice little peg here, this port. You just plug this right on in. And there's Unicron. And then let's not forget, he does come with the Autobot shuttle, as seen in the movie. You know, you could have him, you know, have this as on the base or wherever, or You know, if you want to get real creative, have Unicron, you know, kind of snack on it. Nom, 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 nom. You know, let's do a blast effect. Hey, that's kind of cool, you know. Now he has, you know, heartburn from eating the shuttle. All right, so that's our second Unicron head down. And again, I think this one looks fantastic. You could go watch the other video where I compare the opaque and the clear versions. There's no need for that, and I do the extensive comparison, like to Armada Unicron, who's leering at us from the background there, or glaring at us rather. But you know, really fun, and glad to have this one for my shelf. All right, so that was our unboxing and building of my second Blokees Unicron head. The first one being the clear version, and this being the opaque version. You know, I know the builds are similar, but, you know, I wanted to do a mystery unboxing on the video and build it regardless who it was. Again, I'm just glad it wasn't Hot Rod, because I already have Hot Rod. At least this is a little different. Though, you know, I know I featured, you know, the other Unicron head, the clear one, on a separate video, but I'll let you go check this out. But hope you enjoyed this one regardless. And again, if you did enjoy this video, I invite you to give it a like here on YouTube and leave a comment. You know, which version do you like better, the clear or the opaque? Do you like Blokees at all? Do you want to see them make my dream vision of a Unicron in Blokees form? You know, join in the conversation, and of course subscribe for more Transformers content. You know, not building similar molds or anything all the time, but you know, just try to keep it fresh and different from time to time. And of course, I do have my original channel, simply named Peach State Prime, where I feature all sorts of other fun things, you know, in and around the Atlanta area and beyond. Have a lot of videos from my recent trip to the Smoky Mountains. And then, of course, any events that come up, fun places to eat and shop, including collectible stores. So feel free to check that out. But anyways, I really appreciate you watching this video. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.